stream. Hello. I love that 30-second countdown if you happen to see it, because it's got this pulsing beat, and then it's really builds momentum, and then you come up on two people sitting and sweating in their home offices.
We're shiny for you.
Yeah, and we're glad to be here. So this is Copy Audits with Comedians, and we will, for the next 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how long before we melt, we are going to be looking at your copy, your website copy, your email copy, whatever it is, your marketing copy, and offering you ways to make it funnier and more engaging. I'm a TV comedy writer, and I also help non-entertainment professionals make their materials funnier and more engaging. And my guest, not my guest, the co-host, every time we've done this, Lianna Patch runs Punchline Copy, where she is, what number are you when you search for funny copywriter?
This one?
This one? She's the number one search result when you search for funny copywriter. So punchlinecopy.com. What?
I said, if I'm not on your browser or in your country or wherever you, just don't tell me. Don't hurt my feelings like that.
Yeah.
Need to know.
She's awfully near the top. The one-time number one, hopefully continued number one. I'm sure there's some hot young thing who's nipping at your heels. What am I talking about? But that's what we're doing. If you're watching this live, let us know where you are. Jump into we love to talk to people who are watching. If you have any thoughts, jump into the comments, or just say hello. Where are people watching from? I am in, as you can tell from my accent, I'm in London. What? But I am in London with a Philadelphia accent. Lianna, you are in...
As you can tell from my accent, I'm in Texas.
Sure. Yeah. That was going to be my first guest.
Very well.
I'm sorry.
I said we're both representing.
Both representing, yes. We both are big fans of our hometowns. So, but yeah, let us know where you're watching from. And we are somehow, I don't know how, but streaming live on YouTube, LinkedIn, and it looks like Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
For some reason. Yeah, we're on Twitter. Hey, Twitter. What's up? Great to see you.
Hi, Elon.
Hey, Elon. You're messing everything up. Please stop. Okay. Yeah.
Should we just jump in?
Let's do it. I'm going to remember how to present. Okay. And I think I'm going to start today with a LinkedIn profile, which we don't get too many of these. But we have a new friend named Rob. And I wonder if, I don't know if are we sharing yet, Beth? Are we streaming?
We will be shortly. I was just going to look and see what Rob said. So Rob sent this to us and said, I think that it's just okay, and I believe that it could be better. By better, I mean more engaging, interesting, funny even. Okay. Challenge accepted, Rob. Yeah. Here we go.
Okay. I don't know if this is just LinkedIn not showing me your photo, but like, obviously that's low-hanging fruit if you don't have a photo. You probably do, and LinkedIn is just not showing it to me because I refuse to give them money for premium.
Okay, so, but good. Always things are more engaging if you can see people's faces.
Yeah. And then we have his title, which is Corporate Recruiter, Pipe HR Data Analytics. This is always a good spot to put something interesting in. And you can see over here on the right side, like people's titles are pretty straightforward. But if you use that as a sentence, or like talk about who you're for in the title, that can help you stand out a lot more in the results.
And also, if you're looking for a way to make it funny, there's always the rule of threes. So if you wanted to not go towards a sentence and go towards Corporate Recruiter, HR data analytics, and then your third thing, cat whisperer, I don't know, but something in
less boring than that sounds, with a little pointy finger emoji.
This is why you do this. Yes, exactly. So that's a good place to start because it's one of the first things that you see. Yeah.
And there's the header image we could do something else with, right? Like this is clearly where you work, but I think the picture is so low res that it kind of looks like a CAD model, like an AI generated something. So that could be a fun place to add humor, or even like another photo of you. If you run wholeheartedly in the humor direction and you go with the less boring than that sounds, maybe it's a reiteration of that in the header image somehow. Should we go down?
Okay.
Yeah.
We shall. Oh,
Okay.
can you do it or am I doing it? Okay, you're doing it.
Rob has so many followers, by the way. Great job. Clearly, you're building an audience here. I commend you. I hate LinkedIn. Okay, here you are. You're featured in cool stuff. So you're probably doing a lot of like LinkedIn's recommended optimization steps, right? Especially because you've changed your URL. It's linkedin.com/in/Rob Recruits so people can find you. You're building out the sections that LinkedIn suggests. And I'm guessing that the reason Rob wants to make this a little funnier is so that he feels more approachable and friendly to people who he might be recruiting either for or with.
Yeah, you want to be someone that people want to do business with.
Yeah.
And I think recruiters, I was going to say they get a bad rap. Maybe they get an accurate rap.
Oh yeah.
On whether on maybe not having a great sense of humor or being fun to work with, but
or sending out the same templated kind of outreach over and over. So maybe that headline or somewhere in the header image becomes a corporate recruiter you won't hate, or like, dictionary definition, corporate recruiter, adjective, noun, scum of the earth, like something like that. I don't know, like some self-deprecation might be called for there if you're game for it, Rob.
Yeah, makes promises that, he keeps.
Yeah.
Something that distinguishes you from whatever the pain point is.
Yeah. Recruiter who sees you as a whole human with interesting skills, not just a signing bonus or whatever, however you're paid for your job, however recruiters are paid. Here is his about section, which is probably another prime candidate for punch-ups.
Well-rounded business professional with extensive experience in full cycle recruitment within multiple industries.
My first question is which industries, and can we add some bullet points with specifics so that people who see your profile look at the bullets and they're like, oh, I work in that. And if you're worried about excluding other people, you can always add a bullet that's like, and more, just ask.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I was watching someone come into the chat and then leave.
No, that's devastating.
Yeah. So being more specific will keep people. I mean, really, I think the bigger question for Rob is, what makes you personally and professionally interesting, or professionally unique, and what makes you personally unique? Because those are also things that you can build a theme. I don't know why I'm looking over here. The camera's here. So those are ways that you can build a theme, and those also will let you, in comedy terms, do a little specific brainstorming so that you're not looking at something thinking, how can I make this funny? And it's just this kind of vast unknown of, well, there's a million different ways. But if there's something that you are genuinely passionate about, if you're always hungry, if you run ultra marathons. I mean, they don't all have to be, it doesn't have to be something that's, unbelievably unique. It can just be something that people know you as, the guy at the office who does X.
Yeah. I think you and I have talked before on this live stream about the idea of creative limitations and how, choosing a direction or choosing a box to put around your humor can actually make it easier to brainstorm that stuff. So yeah, in the same direction as like picking a theme you mentioned, we could do like a metaphor that goes throughout the entire LinkedIn page.
Because the more narrow the target, the deeper you can go. And
right.
It's those first few layers that are the ones that are kind of often they're the ones that you see more often. So if you go, well, I've heard that joke before, or, oh, this, when something just doesn't strike you as being particularly original, it's because it's sort of low-hanging fruit. But if you really narrow the focus, you can sort of go, okay, I've heard that. Those are the common places that your brain goes, let me just go a little bit deeper. Let me get a little bit more specific.
Mhm.
It's always a great way to brainstorm.
And when somebody walks away from LinkedIn, they're not going to remember well-rounded business professional with extensive experience in full cycle recruitment within multiple industries. They will remember, hey, I'm Rob. I'm the guy at the office you want to hate, but I'm so charming you just can't. Here's what I do for you in your business, and I focus in these industries. Reach out at my email address if you need help.
Yeah, I'm Friday donut guy. I'm Friday,
Yeah.
even whatever. There's cake in the conference room. The first person to hit cake in the conference room. I really have to stop doing these live streams when I'm hungry.
I know, me too. I'm so sad. You're looking at someone who just totally housed a full bag of barbecue chips at 10 p.m. last night. So
I see nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I'm unlearning some diet culture stuff. So I had a good time.
So
Anyway,
okay, so we've looked at his headline, we've looked at the sort of subtitle, so the title that goes under the name.
mhm.
We've looked at opening the about section, and usually if you're adding comedy to something or trying to make it more engaging, you sort of, especially something that's professional. I mean, yeah, you don't want it to just dump 1,000 things in, and then it can be diminishing returns. But if you have something at the beginning, and then you could hide a little Easter egg in the middle,
Yeah.
because if someone's really, is that about? Oh, that looks like that's the full about thing. I was going to say, is there more?
No, there's not more. That's it.
That's everything. Well, I would
Mm.
add more, but sort of beginning, middle, end, those can be good places to add stuff. But if that's the entire thing, then more.
I also wonder, there's definitely room to add a lot more, whatever it is, but I feel like the content of some of those editions should be, what is HR data analytics, and how do I know if I need HR data analytics? And that could even be, like, that's starting with the problem, right? In copywriting, how do I know if I need HR data analytics? Well, if people are leaving more and you don't know why, if your exit data interviews just go into the ether, I'm totally making all this stuff up because I do not know what HR data analytics is, but it seems like getting meaning out of your HR data, right? So
why people quit. Yeah.
why people, find out why people quit, find out how to keep them, build a better workplace culture. All of those are much more interesting and emotionally tied benefits than full cycle recruitment.
Well, yeah. And did your last, did you lose 4 people because they just wanted to go explore #van life?
Yeah.
Because that's what it seems like employers are competing with too. Everyone can just take their laptop, go on the road, and I mean, so they need to be more, they'd be a better option, or be at least a compelling option.
Yeah. Rob, are you the the retention recruitment guy who, like, people that you place stick around? Are you the great cultural fit guy who, like, really gets how a company feels and finds the right person for that? Are you some other niche that you can put yourself in? Like, LinkedIn is a faceless sea of recruiters, so that's another way to differentiate yourself. And if you put the humor layer on top of that, you will be unforgettable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because the good thing about being in an area that is traditionally less exciting, shall we say, than other areas, but in a good way, the bar is low.
Yeah.
So whoever is considering hiring you or using your services is probably looking at a few different options, and odds are they are not terribly interesting to read. They're kind of probably kind of dry. So anything you add is really going to make you stand out. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. And also, if you can say, like, here's what you get from me, and then your differentiators, and then here's what you won't get from me. Badly templated outreach where I forget to insert your first name, disappearing for weeks while I focus on some other newer company that's paid me more recently, whatever it is. Like, it's kind of a variation of the who we're for, who we're not for, but as a person.
Well, and using the comedy tool of specificity.
Yeah.
You're not going to get people that couldn't make sandwiches at Subway. You're going to get people that are really good at what they do because you've really vetted them.
Yeah. Yeah. And Beth, it's not that they couldn't make the sandwiches. It's that they didn't want to, and they wanted to do #vanlife.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Not all Subway employees. Sorry, Subway, please don't sue us. Should we move on or should we keep going? I feel like that's kind of the end of the salient part of Rob's profile, but let's take a quick look.
Yeah, I think it's a good overview because he's definitely got a ton of experience. He's done all the right things on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about Rob adding the right amount of comedy because he already knows he's already good with brevity.
Yeah.
You know, it's not because this could be very dense and it could be very wonky and but he hasn't done that. So it's nice and clean and anything that he adds is really going to pop.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. And one last thing I'll say, we can't see your photo, but I hope that it's you smiling and looking very approachable and friendly because that will make a big difference to how many replies you get. There's been so many A/B tests of headshots, and people who are smiling always get more engagement because they look more approachable. It's the same thing you would do if you saw them at a bar.
Is smiling, and also maybe in a situation, if you really want to stand out, maybe in a situation that is, well, maybe less formal. You know, maybe not, maybe something that is appropriate, but maybe a little bit less formal than the sort of thing that you see, you know, meet the other lawyers.
Yeah.
You know, something.
None of this kind of stock photo thing.
Yeah, something that is a little more exciting than whatever photos on your ID badge.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Cool. Let me queue up our next one. Rob, hopefully that was helpful for you. If y'all are joining us late or joining us for the replay, we are reviewing copy live and making suggestions for making it higher converting and more funnier, more interesting, better.
Yeah, and if you're finding what you see helpful, give us a like. It helps YouTube find the right sort of people for this. If you are someone who if you're watching it because you're updating your website or your LinkedIn page or something like that, and you've taken something from this that's going to help you, give us a like or drop something in the comics. Drop something in the comments to let us know what it was that you found helpful. And by the way, we do this.
We are not open for that.
Yeah. And we do this the second Monday of every month. So if you're watching this on replay thinking, oh, my website could use something, well, there is another month just after this month.
Oh my God, there's so many months.
There's so many months.
Try not to look too far ahead because it gets terrifying.
And there's a link to submit in the description, and also links to our websites and what we do if you'd like to work one-on-one. This concludes the commercial portion. Moving on.
I also, can we get like a quick high five, Beth? Because we've done this, 4 months in a row? Boom.
4. Yeah, I think so. 4, possibly. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. No, I'll take it.
We have. And as you can see from the comments are blowing up.
Yep. Just so nice to have all of you here with us today. That echoes across a vast canyon of space.
I think mid-June, I think what we're learning is people are a lot more excited about getting help when it's the weather is crappy outside and less excited when it's the middle of summer.
Do you think therapists have the same slump?
I hope so. I try desperately not to take it personally.
Nice. Okay. I see that you've pulled up our next website copy. We do not have any specifics from the submitter. So basically just, I'm taking that to mean go to town.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is some sort of website for redheads? That's what I'm getting from the photo.
Got them. Or they're brunettes and that they've been lightened.
Yes. What's the auburn? This is we turn redheads into brunettes if you go right to left.
Mm-hmm. If you bleach the sky to the point of Clorox and beyond.
This is probably also a good time to say that please take everything we say with a grain of salt. It's all meant, I mean, anyone who submits something is very brave. And
Yes.
while our intention is only to give constructive criticism and to be respectful, got to have fun also.
Sometimes we're incredibly disrespectful, and we try not to. It does happen.
Yeah. Yes, we ask it.
Where this might be coming from is feeling like if this is a brand identity and website design website, like obviously the design is very polished, but photos contribute a lot to design. And while I like that the photo is sort of faded in organically from the top and side, it doesn't seem like it was taken specifically for the site, which is a huge part of brand identity, right? So I think that's why we're sort of wondering about it.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I mean, and the other thing is Lianna is the person, Lianna is the half of the team who really knows about conversion and the psychology of all of this and really knows about that. I'm the ADD person, but I'm also the kind of the person on the street that's seeing it for the first time. And so that's to some degree, that's who you are, who your audience is. How is someone who's just seen this absolutely cold responding to it?
Yeah.
And no one is colder than that. Wait. But what's distracting? And I mean, I'm super ADD and easily distracted, but that was the first thing I saw, that before I even noticed what the website was about, because my brain went stock photo.
Yeah. And I want to prepare to eat my words, because what if this is the team and we go to, I want to confirm, like, what if this is them? It is them, and we're jerks, Beth. We're jerks.
Well, no. Well, yes, but I will say, in that case, because you have the benefit of you are three really photogenic women. So I would absolutely, because that looks like a stock photo. It's you are so good looking and so comfortable on camera that it looks so natural. Like it looks like the photo that comes with the frame kind of thing. So I would put copy in there that says, meet the team, or, our team, or so, your first names.
Little arrows that go to each of you saying, yep, this is actually us. We're a female-founded, female-run team, like meet us, or that's too long. But it could just be like the editing on this photo got so intense to work it into the hero section that we lose the believability. But like the about photos that we just saw were fantastic. Like honestly, could see if that one resonates more with potential clients. I'm guessing there's not like an enormous amount of traffic going to the site, which would make it hard to do a true A/B test. But you could see, and you could also just, split traffic to two versions of the page and talk to clients and say like, hey, which of these makes us feel like you want to reach, or makes you feel like you want to reach out more?
Yeah.
We haven't even looked.
So funny.
We're real people.
First thing you got to do is take the stupid stock photo down. No, that's us, geniuses. Oh, okay. Well, hey, you know what? You get what you pay for. So welcome to the free copy audit.
Nice. Okay, let's look at.
We still made a point. We still made a point,
right? An important point. And I look at a lot of designer websites, and I love me a good scrolling marquee. So I love that fits neatly at the bottom there. But let's quickly look at the hero copy, because we've just been focused on the image for so long. Okay, expert brand identity and website design. We help professional services firms rebrand to build trust and get higher quality leads to drive growth and revenue. Okay, this is so many points. This is one point, I think. We help professional services firms rebrand. I mean, that's actually one point. Why? To build trust to get higher quality leads. What do those do? Drive growth and revenue. So like, this is one of those classic sentences where it's like, we got to make it all fit in this little section. So we're going to do kind of a run-on sentence. It still makes sense. I'm being kind of harsh, but I wonder if there is a more concise way to say this, or if we can lose one piece without losing the meaning of it.
Well, I think making it more active would helping professional services firms, or helping Would it be
Uh,
professionals, helping professionals rebrand?
I'm guessing professional services firms is kind of a keyword for them.
Gotcha.
But I don't know what those professional services are. But I see them right there, right? Engineering, construction, legal, real estate, and property. So it kind of answers the question. But I kind of want this to be, if we can't say drive revenue through high quality rebrand and lead generation, or a lead generating website, maybe it's professional services firms choose design powers to rebrand and build trust or something. Like, we can keep that keyword in there without keeping us in there, which removes a little bit of that extra fluff.
Yeah, any little bit helps. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we have work with us, about us. I love that we have these two options. We see which one is they want us to choose because it's bright. And here's one thing I actually, I called this out on an audit I did yesterday because I noticed this is still a thing. This is still a thing I see sometimes, which is surprising to me. If you have one call to action on a page, which is what most landing pages are for, all of those buttons should be the same color, because then the brain knows, oh, it's orange. That's the schedule a call button. Or that's
This is my next chance to do whatever it was that they said earlier.
Right. And so I was looking at a page yesterday that had like one that was orange, one that was yellow, one that was pink, and they all said different things. It was like, wait, we're all going to the same place. So yeah, they're doing that great. I like that we have this. This does not stay at the top, which is fine as we go. Professional services we specialize in. Cool. Does your brand and website convey trust? If it's antiquated and hard to update, featuring services no longer offered, without basic functionalities, not showing up on search engines, and embarrassing to your team, the answer is no, it's time to rebrand. I love that. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could get nitpicky on just how some of those how some of those things are worded, but I think absolutely, yeah, the spirit of it is, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Hear you. I too love a good bullet point list with parallel structure. So like if we start with an adjective, keep going with adjectives. Don't use verbs. But I think it's working.
Yeah, I think it's very good. And again, all of our nitpicky stuff, it's nitpicky because it's good.
Yeah.
You're starting at a great place. I mean, it's if there were big marquee things, then aside from that big stock photo on the front. But we would, and if you're just tuning in, it's because we spent a good 7 minutes talking about how they shouldn't have a stock photo as their main image, and then scrolled down to the About Us and realized, oh no, those are the 3 owners of the company.
In my defense, I said, I bet we're messing this up.
Yeah. Eventually, the smart person realized something didn't smell right.
It's just like I've had so many of those moments in my life, Beth, where I'm like, I say a thing confidently, and then immediately thereafter, I've eaten my words in front of everybody. So I've been humbled so many times. Okay, trust.
Well, I know what you're going to say about this part because you told me when you looked at my website.
Ooh, all right, let's have it. What is it?
Readability. So having things centered. Well, it looks great. It's a readability issue.
Boom.
Because everything looks great, but it looks like a poem.
Yes.
And I do hear your, whenever I make a change to my website, I do genuinely, it's my first instinct every time to do it. And then I hear Lianna going, it's a readability issue. Don't do that.
Nice. I'm going to take that with me and it will keep me warm at night. It's like 100 degrees here, so I don't need that, but it's still. Yes, you're exactly right. And the reason is because we want things to be left aligned in a row. That's where the eye is going back. If you have them at all different indentations or centered, which is the effect of centering your text, then the eye has to do more work and it's hard. It's just harder. It's more visually fatiguing. So you can keep your centered text, but just put it in a column in the center and left align the text in the column. Cool.
Oh, right. So yeah, have it just be smaller and left aligned.
That's another readability thing, right? And this isn't a problem on this page, but often I'll see a landing page or a website where the copy goes all the way from one side to the other and it's like 1,000 pixels wide. And you're like, I can't read this. I feel like I just pulled my back.
Well, and it's such a small thing, because it's not to say that you can't read this. We can sit here and read it out loud.
Mhm.
It's just that you're looking, if it's your website, people are giving you what, seconds?
Mhm.
And
7
they're scrolling
seconds.
through, they're looking at 7 seconds. Wow. I mean, even if you're bull riding, you get 8, don't you?
Did you stay on the bull for 8 then?
No. I mean, to be fair, the bull was mechanized and I'd had several margaritas, but but yeah, but people are going through that quickly, and so your brain needs it has to be as easy to people's brain as possible, which is the same in comedy. I mean, when you're delivering a verbal joke in your speech or your presentation or something like that, you want to make it, you almost want like training wheels and bumpers on it. You want to make it as easy to understand on the first go as possible.
I have more questions about the bull, but I'll take my answers offline. Okay. I have more things to say about this copy, but we have more people to get to too. So I'm going to thrust us back into trust. Trust is the cornerstone of every successful business relationship because we all want to work with people we trust. If you want to make this a little more friendly, you can just say trust is the cornerstone of every successful business relationship, period. Why? Because we all want to work with people we trust. Love a good conversational question. I think it's not technically a rhetorical question, but we always call them rhetorical questions. Expertise, honesty, consistency, and caring is required. Seems like should be caring are, because you have this list of qualities. But also the issue for me here is the passive voice. So like, who requires this stuff?
Clients require expertise, honesty, consistency.
Your clients are looking for expertise, honesty, consistency, and caring in order to trust your brand. They want to feel confident when they engage with your business, and that confidence should permeate your brand identity. I don't want to say this because that's vague. Like, what is the this? In other spots in copy, what is the it? And then must seems kind of fusty.
Well, just it's formal, more formal than the rest of this is.
See our services. Is the see our services button the same font size? Yes, it is. Okay. Cool. I do have some thoughts sometimes about ghost buttons like this, where the background of the button is the same color as the background of the section, but because that's kind of a design,
it matches.
If I highlight this, it disappears. Yeah, it matches the design of the site, which is like, it makes sense that a web design agency would have a beautiful website, and that speaks for itself, right? That's doing a lot of selling for them.
Yeah, it is. It is a really nicely put together website. They're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Representing what they do.
This is the only kind of situation in which I will accept centered items because they're super small. They're not like extra long lines. Schedule a quick 20-minute call to see if we're a good fit for your business. I think this is Emily, as I recall from the About page. And I kind of want this to say, schedule a quick call with co-founder Emily, or whatever the title is. And like, again, a little arrow, that's me, like that's who you'll be talking to. But I love that we have quick, and I love that we have 20 minutes so we know exactly how long it is. And then the button reflects the copy that's above it. All of that is great. Design-wise, Beth, I feel like I'm just like giving you all these little notes that will sink into your brain forever.
Yeah.
We love to see this sort of slanted bottom row here, because otherwise people might get here and be like, oh, the page is over.
Oh, that's why. Oh, okay.
Tells us that we're not done yet.
That's interesting. Yeah, I just finally went to Squarespace 7.1.
Ooh.
But now I have the ability to do that, and I knew I liked it, but I didn't know why. But yeah. I mean, I figured there was a function. It wasn't just form, that there was function to it, but that's interesting.
It's pretty though. We love when form meets function.
Yeah.
Or follows one. They're both.
I like the scrolling too.
I'm glad this isn't a scrolling portfolio or testimonials because those are too hard to read, but we can grasp the logos at a glance so they can scroll. That's nice. Clients who've put their trust, this is very friendly, and I love that. Proven results. We're a strategy-led agency that designs for firms that believe the way to make meaningful connections with their clients is through case studies, past projects, validation, and expertise.
Wow. I hope you left a trail of breadcrumbs too.
I'm being so dramatic, but yeah, same problem, right? That we talked about above. Like too many points, have more sentences, make them shorter.
Yeah, right story. Yeah, it's the right story. You're hitting all the right points, which is the harder thing, I think, for people to learn. But yeah, it's not very user friendly.
Yeah. But also, this is kind of burying the lead now that I think about it. So, like, are you creating case studies for your web design clients? Because that is the first time we've heard that. Brand identity does not usually include case studies. So that's a surprising potential new service or value add. Did I see it up here? No, it's not here either.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, my friend runs a case study company. I know they're super compelling, but maybe this isn't the right thing to highlight here. Maybe this is a service that you upsell after clients buy, brand identity, or is this just not the right thing to say here?
I believe that the best way, the way to make meaningful connections with their clients is through.
I think it's not any of this stuff. It's through showcasing their best work. Like the way for you to make meaningful connections with new and past and future clients is to showcase your best work, make it easy to reach you, and build trust through a gorgeous website, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that says. Yeah,
Sorry,
strategy.
I start moving on.
No. You're right. I had nothing better to add. Now I'm distracted by website design.
Yeah,
which it seems a little tough to read.
Here's a potential user interface issue or experience issue, which is as I keep scrolling, like I get here and I'm not quite ready to move on, but if I scroll, it scrolls to the right. So I kind of want that. I don't know if there's a way to make them scroll again. And if I click view your work, what happens? Okay, it just goes to web design. Okay. Rebrand your website with brand messaging, identity, and custom photography or illustration to effectively engage with your ideal clients. Turn your online presence into a 24/7 marketing tool for your business. This is a commonly used phrase, which I guess it's still working. It is pretty.
I can see why, because it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. View artwork. Okay, if I keep scrolling, we can view the work, but I can't click on any of these, so I don't have any context. And I kind of want more context for the work, but I guess we're just showing off like the depth and breadth of design that's possible. And I do like that because this is very, very different than this.
Yeah, it's a nice assortment.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, there's more. Oh, okay. Well, people probably get stuck here. I would be so curious to see a scroll map of this site because this feels like the end, and in a way it kind of is, but it doesn't have that final contact us call to action. And then I have to scroll through all of this to get to the rest of the page.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I would not be into that.
Oh, and by the way, we're if we want to get to other folks.
Yeah, we got to get to other people for sure. Oh, there's more scrolling things happening. Okay, that's not great. I would bet that very few people ever get to this part of the site. And that's it. That's all I will say. It's beautiful. It's so beautifully designed. Don't hide it.
Yeah, it's a great website and that represents you very well. So they're small tweaks that hopefully will have a good, that will make it funnier and more engaging. At least more engaging. We didn't really go to funny. We sort of went with user experience.
Yeah,
but
we were asked to go funny. So.
We were not asked to go funny. Okay, well, whew. That's good.
But yeah, if they want to go funny, they can always talk about like the low-hanging fruit of working with other web design agencies who actually don't know what they're doing and what does that look like and what does that result in. That's where you can poke fun, right?
Yeah, and it seems like there's tons of stuff there, and you wouldn't really need a lot of it to be incredibly effective.
Yeah. Cool. Well, as usual, we got to start setting a timer for these things.
We really do. Okay.
All right, one more, maybe two more. Which is the next one?
Was that the first one?
That was the second one.
That was the second one. Okay, good. Oh, right. We did that one. And,
So we've spent 20 minutes on average instead of 5 or 10.
Okay. Well, one of them is a cover letter. So that should be.
Is it?
I think so.
Letter? Okay.
Well, I'm not sure.
Well, I don't have it pulled up, but.
So what's the next thing that you've got queued up here?
I have a browser extension.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's called Charge for Outlook.
Simple browser extension for bulk email outreach.
I will point out that this is missing an apostrophe.
Mm-hmm.
Supercharge your Outlook. Charge for Outlook. Simple browser. You just read this. So this isn't actually telling us what it does, but bulk email outreach is, as usual, hidden in the subheader. How about something like bulk email outreach, ? In Outlook, ? Yep, you can do it with charge.
That seems straightforward.
Because I think a lot of people are like, Outlook, the email client used by corporate losers. Sorry, but it's true.
Well, but so it makes sense that that sort of question and answer would work. And I went back to go look at the submission form to see what the question, because when someone submits something, one of the questions in the form is, do you have a specific question you'd like us to answer, or is there additional context we need to understand your submission? And this person wrote, my question is, do you understand the purpose of the extension we are selling?
Mm-hmm. I'm also looking at another piece of that form, which is, I am not sure that the users understand exactly what this extension does because we have a big gap between installation and actual product usage. And I just want to point out that that is probably not the website's fault. That is probably a lack of like product tour or walkthrough or coach marks inside. Like when you install the extension, how does it interact with Outlook to get people started using it? And are there multiple touch points that make it clear, like, here's step 1, here's step 2? Because product adoption, you can't really like connect that to, something that happened before installation, which is the website. It's hard. But I think maybe the question is, are people installing this thinking it does something else?
Right.
And yes. So if that is the case, then I haven't even looked at this page yet, but maybe we need something here, which I bet is not here, which is, what does charge not do? And it's, charge does not go out and find emails for you to bulk email. It is not like Email Hunter where you can cold email randos. Maybe that's something you need here.
Yeah, I'm sort of deferring to you on this because this is a world I'm less familiar with.
Yeah, I live in this SaaS world, as you know. But let's look at the structure of the page. Okay, so we've already decided that the headline is not doing work of explaining what it is. I'll say this until I die, but the headline and subheader should work together to tell you what it is, who it's for, and why you should care. And then we have, it's free, start using charge. It's telling me that I can install it on all my browsers, which is great. How it works, another level of email marketing with charge for Outlook and Exchange. Does it? Okay, so it works with Exchange, which I presume is another email software, which I really should know, but don't. That's the first time they've mentioned it.
Yeah, because it seems to all be about Outlook, charge for Outlook.
Yeah. Bulk sending. Send thousands of emails to your contact groups from pipelines, CRMs, subscriber lists, and other sources using charge outreach. We might want if they're importing from CSVs, and that's the way to do it, we might want CSVs in this headline.
Okay.
I'll have it here too. Custom variables. Okay, so this is a section about features, which I'm not opposed to, but we sometimes have the issue where features aren't connected directly to benefits, which might be happening here. So use bulk sending to send thousands of emails with the click of a button, maybe. Highly personalized emails enabled by mail merge capabilities of the charge extension designed specifically for Outlook. Ooh, customized personalization without breaking variables, without Outlook breaking variables. I think that's an issue in this realm where
Okay.
like, unless you use some custom made or like old school mail merge tools, Outlook
So they're
won't.
solving a problem. They're solving a.
Yeah, I think. I have never used Outlook. That's a lie. I had a job once where they made me use it. And I was like, I hate this job. I quit.
Okay.
Not because of Outlook, because of everything else. Highly personalized emails enabled by the mail merge capabilities of the charge extension definitely screams like not the right syntax for this sentence.
Yeah, that's not English as a first language.
Yep. Designed specifically for Outlook. I would say custom variables that don't, and then whatever happens in Outlook when you use other tools. Leads management, upload and manage recipient, not recipients list, check delivery progress, and check email, check the state of your outreach or check the progress of your outreach.
And again, since
yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I was just going to say generally, because we gave the last one a fair amount of notes, and not a lot of them were about humor.
Yeah.
But and I know that this one didn't specifically ask about humor, but neither did the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But this it seems to be solving a lot of problems, and it seems like I'm reading between the lines of what you're saying to me, Lianna, and you're saying that Outlook can be a little finicky, a little bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But that can be a good thing if you're trying to make something, you know, if you're, it seems like you've got a good target, you've got a lot of pain points that you can exploit for the sake of comedy, especially if you are providing the good news that your product solves those problems.
For free.
For free, even better.
I kind of want, if we're going in the humor direction, then I definitely want a pun on Outlook somewhere on the page or some wordplay like your Outlook just got brighter or your cold outreach Outlook just got brighter. I don't know. That's probably too much. But yeah, good call. We are solving problems. Let's make fun of those problems and align ourselves with the stress and frustration of having them.
Yeah, especially if the people that need to use this product maybe are not using, they might not be using Outlook by choice. Right. So they might be an extra good audience for if you're taking some punt, if you're swinging.
Oh yeah. Maybe that leads into a section that's like, look, you're pretty smart. It's not your choice to use Outlook. We're like,
yeah,
you're smart enough to look for a tool to help you do this better. Congratulations, you found it.
Well, yeah, really feeling their pain. You use Outlook. I'm so sorry.
Bummer. Moment of silence for all your wasted time. Oh, and then we have a video down here, but we have no context around the video telling us how long is it? Why should I watch it? What will I learn? And then we have our little social proof bar, which is for some reason attached to the video, which feels wrong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I feel like this should be a lot bigger. Thousands of teams hiring with charge. Okay, is this a recruiting tool? Should we connect this person and Rob from earlier in?
We've got if you need to analyze some data, we got a great guy for you, or a guy who can find you.
And Outlook outreach powers combined. I feel like that's what's happening in the Twitter spam DM bot area right now. All of our Twitter inboxes are just full of "Hello, dear sir or madam. You seem friendly." Okay. Anyway,
powerful features for powerful creators.
But Beth, this is the first we've heard of hiring with charge. So, like, is that a use case for this extension? And if it is, if that is your primary market, speak to it throughout the page. You know, find the right candidates faster with this seamless mail merge tool that works with Outlook and it's free. Or make a dedicated landing page called Charge for Recruiters or Charge for Hiring or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a thought. Okay, powerful features for powerful creators. Are they creators? I just can't imagine anyone using Outlook making anything worth looking at.
All right. But I take your point that this is not creators in the sense. I mean, these are people who, well, especially if it's for hiring.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, is that something that we can connect it to?
To be honest, I kind of wonder if this is more for cold emails, less politely put, spam. Let's call it cold emails. Let's assume these people have not been added to a list without their permission or added to a contact group in Outlook without their permission. Wait, okay. Hold on, I got distracted by the 9,000, but it's not 9,000, it's 999. But because this is an Eastern European website, we need a period there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not powerful creators. It's powerful features for powerful results.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Outreach results.
Well, so I think we've,
yeah.
I mean, we've gone top to bottom on that page. Some good stuff. I mean, visually, I know there's things that we nitpicked, but visually, the page looks professional. The page looks good. It's just in this one, it's more an issue of, what specifically does it do?
And who for whom?
For whom?
Yeah. And I know we have to move on. Before we go, I will say I really love this little piece underneath the final call to action, which is like all of these could have their own section, basically. 100,000 plus users love us, GDPR and CCPA aligned. So like, let's have those called out on the page before we get all the way to the bottom and we have to read them in tiny little letters.
Yeah, go down a little further.
That's it.
So is it Belkin? Is that big? Is that big electronics company, Belkin? Maybe that's a different one.
I don't think so. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I think that is just Belkin, not Belkins. Yeah. And again, like Beth just said, I'm being very nitpicky. I won't put that on you, Beth. Because I have my own ideas of the way that I would write copy and structure a page, but that doesn't mean they're the right ones or the best ones.
No, but you're using your learned experience. I mean, you have a reason for everything that you're saying. So it's food for thought. And this is why we do it, so that people can take or leave the advice, and anyone watching can, even if we don't review your website, I mean, I have a website. I'm listening to what Lianna says and immediately imagining how I can apply that advice to my website. So it's not about which website or which project that we're reviewing. The advice that is universal.
Yeah.
We hope.
Hopefully. and coming from a very heuristic, which is to say totally unfamiliar with who you are and what you do, which isn't always the most valuable feedback, but can be, because strangers come to you for things and need to know what you do.
Yeah. Outside eyes. You can't beat outside eyes. And so I think we've got, so if you are finding any of this helpful, or if it's making you think about what changes you might make to your own copy or your own website, or just reframing how you think about adding humor to things, adding humor that feels organic to the situation, throw us a like or let us know in the comments what you've found helpful.
Or even subscribe somewhere. Maybe it's up there. Maybe it's down there. Maybe it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
It is.
And if you'd like yours, we do this the second Monday of every month. If you'd like your website, your product, whatever copy that you have, or your presentation, whatever you've got that you'd like us to take a quick look at, or not so quick, as the case may be, there's a link in the description that is our intake form. So what are we ending on?
We are ending on a little tiny piece of Nikita Morel's website, which is her email newsletter sign up.
Okay.
Nikita has helpfully provided us with notes about who she is, what she does, her target market. She's a copywriter for architects. She sends funny stories about her life and controversial topics, and she wants it to be funnier. And I think we can do that, right? Because right now it says sign up, free templates, architecture copywriting tips, and the occasional Bjark meme. That must be an architect.
Yeah, I'm almost positive we looked at this in another live stream.
Did we?
But could you make it a little bigger? Can you make it a bit? Oh, there we go. Now Nana can read it. Now I can read it. I'm wearing my reading glasses. I was like, I still can't read it.
That's fair. No. Now I want to Google Bjark.
So there's a Bjork and a Bjark?
Yeah. Why? Oh, so confusing. I have to Google it now.
But yoing my mind.
Danish architect. Yeah, figures. Okay, I don't know why he would be a meme. What is special about Bjark Ingels, known for his striking designs? Okay, we'll go back to Nikita's copy. Presumably, architects will recognize this, but the worry there, right, as with any specific joke referencing prior knowledge, which is kind of highbrow, is that people won't get it and they'll feel excluded. So I wonder if there's a way to make this slightly more inclusive without losing its punch.
I mean, could you have a link to a Bjark meme?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be a really fun. That's perfect. That's so elegant. Just like a little Easter egg, either on hover or click, pop up a light box that shows us a Bjark meme. Okay, sign up for emails that you'll actually find useful and enjoy reading. First name, email, I'm not a robot. And then do we have the sign up button in there? No. So we can't change the button copy, but I bet we can. But I think mainly here, the headline and subheader in our last 4 minutes, we can punch up a little bit.
Well, I like that you're telling us what we're getting. So free templates, architecture copywriting tips. You got the rule of threes.
But how often do the emails come out? When will I get the first one? Might be good to put in there.
Also, you could maybe flip those, use that last sentence first. So instead of having sign up there, I mean, is it, like sign up for emails that you'll actually find useful and that you'll actually enjoy reading. Maybe it's that simple, followed by maybe bullet points of free templates, copywriting tips, occasional Bjark meme.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just as the joke, here's how I'm looking at it. So take it from the copywriting point of view, but from the joke point of view, when you have a punchline, that's the last, that's it. So by having signed up for emails, you'll actually find interesting, enjoy reading. Now there's noise after the punchline.
Yes. I think another way to go, and I don't want to lose that rule of three, that series of three, that's also very informative, but maybe it would be like, you need another email newsletter, like your latest, or do they say design? No. What's the word for it? Your latest draft? Because of drafting. Anyway, you need another email newsletter, like your latest home design needs another window or something. Like what is some architecture in joke that will sort of poke fun at, like, clients are constantly asking you to add this feature and you're like, no, it doesn't look good. Don't make me
like you need another request for blank, or you need another yeah, that'd be a great place to go. And that's more interesting than sign up. Another newsletter.
Another newsletter is the headline, maybe, and then before you throw down your pencil and storm away from your drafting table in disgust, I promise you'll actually find these useful. I'll send you free templates, architecture copywriting tips, and the occasional Bjark meme.
Yeah, another newsletter, but my email's already full of blank.
Or maybe like, does your inbox already feel like, and then reference an architect whose designs are notoriously busy, cluttered? And I have prior knowledge of Nikita's business, which is that she does not know about architecture. She is not a trained architect, and she makes that clear and uses that as a selling point. So she's like, I understand architects. I've studied their websites. I know their business, but I am not one. And that helps me connect them with their clients who are also not architects.
Gotcha.
So we don't want to go too far into the like nudgy in joke kind of lane, because I feel like that would feel inauthentic.
And so architecture copywriting tips. So is she explaining to architects how they can promote themselves?
Yes. So
Okay.
maybe we need to be more specific there with like tips to promote your architecture business on your website, through your emails, on social media, and wherever else you feel like doing that.
To your ideal client, to where your potential clients are lurking.
Yeah. Or maybe even just architecture copywriting tips to bring in more of your perfect client, parentheses, the ones who never request revisions, or what that pain point is.
Yeah, I think there's some good ideas there, and we've hit an hour.
We have.
And don't everyone comment at the same time.
Please stop.
Please.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no more flowers, no more bouquets.
Please, we can't answer any more questions from the comments today. We had to cut it off somewhere. This is we do really. I mean, the other ones that we've done, maybe we're sending it out to too many places. We've got the stream going out, so maybe we're getting penalized by the algorithm, or maybe it's hot, it's summer, it's June, and people have better things to do.
And I also didn't email about it this time.
Say again?
I forgot to email. Well, I didn't forget. I just had so many other things happening that I did not email my list. And so the only promotion I personally did was tweet about this today.
Well, how dare you? No, that's really, I sent out an email today.
Well, it's not us. It's me.
No. So if you thank you for watching. Let's end it for the nice folks. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. If you found it valuable, hit like, check out the links that are in the description, and join us next month when we will be doing this again. It's the second Monday of the month, and you can submit using the link that's in the description.
And we'll see you then.
See you then. Bye-bye. Now watch me awkwardly try to hit end broadcast, confirm end broadcast.
I love that this